Hello and welcome. Hey, it's David with Philippine American Couple, The Adventures of, and this is
Lorelai.
You're not going to believe where we're at today. We're at one of the most amazing places on the planet Earth, and I'm not even lying to you this time. I promise, I promise, promise. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that alert bell, and become a member and join our community. Now, have you guys ever heard of Jules Verne, The Journey to the Center of the Earth? That's where we're at. We're at there. We're going to go into a cavern that's massive. We're going to see giant mushrooms and alligators and dinosaurs and a lake under the ocean, or the planet, the world.
I hope
the
we're
center
not.
of the world.
Isn't that a core?
A core. We're going to go to the core of the planet of the Earth, like in a journey to the center of the Earth. So we are in Missouri, in Springfield, Missouri to be exact, or when just a tiny bit north of Missouri, at a place called what?
Fantastic Caverns.
Yeah, Fantastic Caverns. So you guys ready for a journey? Join us.
Come on.
Oh, man. Folks, I want to welcome you all to Fantastic Caverns. We are the only Ride-Thru Cave tour in America where I get to do all the work. That's pretty good, ain't it? Yeah. Okay. A couple of things I need to ask of you folks is, please do not get off the tram or the Jeep at any time. Folks, this is for your safety and, of course, my employment. Okay? Yeah. The second thing is, please don't touch the cave, okay? Our hands have oils and we're trying to preserve it for future generations, all right? Now, I want you guys to take as many pictures as you want. Ask me anything about this cave you want, and I'll try to do my best to answer them, okay? Now, as you can see, we've already got some really pretty sights in here, and we got a lot more coming up. So, if you notice right up ahead here, we got some, maybe I gotta move over. That's my tip, honey. Anyway, we got a little ceiling right there. You see that? Two. Flat one, and one behind it, one on down, is even lower. So you folks on the driver's side, be careful, watch your heads, okay? I will go slow through there, so you should be all right, okay? Everybody ready to go? Well, let me start then. Right back here is called the light zone. It's the entrance also. Up ahead is called the dark zone. When the lights are out, it's very, very dark in our cave. Where you're sitting at right now is called the twilight zone. That just means that's where day and time meet. Day and night.
Isn't that a show from the 90s?
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. She popped you in the head. I saw that. She's about to say, shut up, boy. It's not like that. And this means actually focuses as far as outside animals will come into the cave. All right? They do not like the dark. They have no reason to go back there. When they can't see where they're going, they don't go in there. They have a natural built-in instinct not to do it. So they come in here, drink the water, chase a bug, and even sleep in here, but they go right back out. Okay? So that's what I mean by the twilight time of our zone. All right, let's head on down here because I've got a lot to show you folks, okay? All right, let's go.
just for you. So come along and take my hand.
You like it? Yeah, why? Oh, this is the circling around.
All right, folks, you're now 120 feet below the surface. We came in here about a little over, about between 1/2 to 3/4 miles. This is as far as we can go on the tram into the cave. We have 4 miles of cave system though. Back in the gift shop on the back wall, you can see our 4 miles of upper and lower and where we can't go back there. It goes a long way. All right, I'm going to turn these lights down. There you go. I'll leave them other lights on right there for the kids. Some of them don't care for the dark. Can you guys see okay back here?
Yes, sir.
All right, good.
We're doing some water sampling here at the Spring that Drains Fantastic Caverns. These are some of our samplers. A spring is the drainage point for a cave system. What I want to do today is give you a look at the whole drainage system, and it's going to be a good day for doing it because we have had a lot of rain the past couple days. Why the spring is so large. Water goes into the cave system through things like sinkholes and then moves through the cave and discharges here at the spring. The flow of the spring today is about 9,000 gallons a minute, and every bit of that goes through Fantastic Caverns. About 3/4 of the runoff water in the Ozarks moves into cave systems. We're a mile from the spring here at a vertical entrance into the Fantastic system.
This is one of the most open sinkholes in the whole Fantastic Cavern system. It's so open, in fact, that walnuts, the worst in here, make it all the way through the cave. I could do without all the drips, I think, but that's the way the water gets in. And of course, that's not only does the water get in that way, that's the way food gets in for the cave animals and contaminants get in too. I believe the Jeeps get in some way other than that though. Off-road! Off-road! The cave is here because limestone can be dissolved by water. This piece of limestone weighs about a pound. There is this much limestone dissolved in every 1,000 gallons of water discharging from the spring today. You can imagine the enormous volumes of water and long periods of time required to form the cave. Basically, a cave is a drained spring system. Since caves are part of spring systems, storms can flood them and make them dangerous. This isn't your normal Ozark float trip.
You notice he's using ping-pong paddles for both paddles?
The fish, the crayfish, and most of the other cave animals are tiny, white, and blind. Although they spend their entire lives in the cave, they depend on the surface for their food. When contaminants come in from the surface, they threaten the life here. With cave systems, whatever goes down comes up. Pollution threatens all life. By studying groundwater and by working to protect its quality, we can protect the beauty of the cave and preserve our quality of life.
cave was discovered. Back in 1862, a man named John Knox was the owner of all this property out here. He was out hunting with his dog named Juno. Some of you folks might have seen the statue of Juno up on the platform up there. He's a bloodhound, a very good hunting dog. Well, he got after a rabbit. He chased that rabbit into a small hole in a hillside. Now, I mean, he was flying when he went down through there after that rabbit. He wanted that rabbit. He went so fast he got in the dark zone and got lost. Could not find his way out. Well, you know bloodhounds, they can howl, and he threw a fit. He did not like being in there where he couldn't see where to go. Well, John Knox had lost sight of his hunting dog, but he wasn't going to lose his best dog, so he went looking for him. He got to hearing this strange noise, and he followed that sound, and it got to be more recognizable. He looked in this small hole that the dog ran through, and he seen it was dark, but he knew his dog was inside there, so he went home and got a light. He went back, and he started crawling. He crawled for about 20 feet, folks, before he stood up because he realized he was in a cave. Juno saw that light now, and they both got out just safely. Okay, so no problem there. John Knox immediately covered up that small hillside, the hole, because he didn't want anyone to find this cave. Now, 5 years go by. He decides it's time to see what's underneath his property, so he put an ad in the Springfield newspaper, wanted someone to come out and explore an undiscovered cave. He got a surprise one early morning when he got a knock on his front door. He opened it to find 12 teenagers standing on his front lawn. Now, these teenagers were aged 13 to 19, and they were all girls. Yeah. They were from the Activities Committee in Springfield, and they had been in other caves in the area. That's what they did. They went and explored caves. And they had all the equipment they needed to explore a cave, but they had never been in an undiscovered cave, and they were super excited to be the first ones. John Knox seen this. He said, ladies, go for it, and here's fantastic caverns today. Now, these girls were so proud of what they accomplished that they actually signed their names down around the corner because they wanted everybody to know they were the first explorers in here, okay? So we're going to turn around and go back that way now. I'm going to show you the names. We're going to stop at that stage, and I'm going to tell you the rest of this story that you don't know about, okay? And then we're going to explore some really pretty areas in the cave. In fact, we've got to go to that room he was paddling through also. Okay, so we got more to go. You all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Any questions, folks? I see a hand. What is it?
Did you find any dinosaur bones down?
No dinosaurs. No, just some old people. No, we never found nobody. There's never, because you got to remember that hole was so small, animals or nobody knew about it and seen it. That rabbit was just scared for his life, so that's why he ran behind the bush, and there happened to be a hole there. But you couldn't find it any other way. So anyway, no, there's never been an Indians in here, no artifacts, no bones or anything ever found in this cave, okay? All right, here we go. Oh, you got a question, sir? Yes.
Is the water goes underground, is it on the property?
Yes, where it goes in. Well, actually, it's out here by the airport about a mile away. So no, it does not come in on our property, but it comes out from our property into the Sauk River down there. And it's called Indian Creek. Somebody named it that years and years ago. And so it's been named Indian Creek that comes through the cave. But out here by our airport, you know, he climbed down at, he was out there by our airport where he climbed down that hole. Okay? Now, you look at the map. If you get an opportunity, you'll see the big sinkholes that come down into our cave. That's why you'll know where I'm talking about out here. We're not very far from the airport. Any more questions? Folks doing okay? Yes, sir. Y'all are having a good time, right?
Yes, sir.
That didn't sound too... looking for bats. Those bats produce something called guano. Yeah. Now, why they call it guano instead of poo is what it is, but anyway. And it's full of nitrates, folks. They were looking for the nitrates in bat guano. We don't have a lot of bats in the cave, maybe 15 to 25 at any given time. They're in here hibernating and getting ready to come awake and go out. But if you ever see one flying by, I kid you not, it's about the size of my thumb. They're called tricolor bats. They're micro bats. They're real small. And they'll have like a 5-inch wingspan. They say, and I've seen one fly by, so I know what they're talking about. They look just like a flying fuzzy chicken nugget. Yeah, that's what they look like too. All right. Well, there's natural nitrates in the soil also. They would send scouts in and would take the cave away from you. You couldn't argue about it. They come here, start digging the dirt up, put it in what's called a leaching vat. They fill it full of dirt. They come along for water. This water would leach down through the dirt, making up those nitrates. They'd come out down here to be like a real thick, muddy slurry. Now, in this form, they couldn't use it. They put it in a big cast iron pot because they had to dry it up. So, they'd have to build a fire. Well, to do that, they'd have to light that fire by flipping a switch on post just like that. Anyway, they knew when that was ready because it would turn to crystals. They would scrape that crystals out, and that's called saltpeter. Okay? They would then turn around, add some wood ash or potash to it, coal ash, and they'd add sulfur, and that's gunpowder, folks. So that's what they were looking for, more fire. But John Knox knew something else. He had neighbors, and this is what happened to them. When they found a cave on your property, yeah, they took your cave, but they also took your house. That's where the captains and generals would stay in. They didn't stay with the troops. If you had any livestock, like, cattle or crops, they took that too, because they had to feed that army. So in one instance, when they found a cave on your property, you would lose everything you worked your entire life for, gone. Sometimes you get your house back when they moved on. Most times it was involved in a battle. We had lots of battles in this area, and the house just wasn't living, if it was even a house left at all. So that's what happened. That's why he kept that hole covered up. In the 60s, we had a country music show in here called Farmerama. The gentleman that promoted it, put it on in here. He got some good singing going on. Then they started getting folks from Nashville to come in here and sing, headliners. Folks like Buck Owens and the Buckaroos, Ray Price. Folks, a lot of people don't know these names anymore, but they were famous country singers of the 60s. And I refer to them as the Garth Brooks of the 60s, because several of these people even had their own TV shows back then. So they were real famous, folks. Anyway, they just couldn't get enough people in here. And let's face it, it was hard to get in here, and cars lined up. By the time the show started, half of them were still out there in the park trying to get a parking place. So things like Ticketmaster didn't exist back then. So you got your ticket at the gate, you had to come on in here, you had to sit. Not a lot of room in here, so it didn't go over too good. This is called the auditorium room, though, and you can still see the flood lamps today. Okay, we're going to move down to our next stop. It is called the breakdown. Folks, this is where the ceiling has fell down several times. Okay? But do not worry, because we do not give live demonstrations. Okay? That was last week.
Can you ask him one for you?
It's okay. I got a lot of
Everybody
pictures.
get your picture.
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have family members with them that would like to have it?
Here, him.
I thought I might need one, so I took
Thank
care of
you.
Yeah. Well, guys,
You see your
you guys
picture?
have two.
Oh, yeah. Look at that
I
one.
want to thank you all for coming out.
See?
today.
Don't be shy.
And
I
your
will
nation
ask.
until I get you up on the platform, put the step down, okay?
Show that to your
Here's the
wife.
way I look at it. Without you guys, they don't need me. It's a fact, right? Of all the places you guys could have went today, you decided to come and see me. And for that, I thank each and every one of you, okay? Bye-bye. Thanks, folks. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Thank you, folks, for coming.
VIP. That one, fantastic conversation. What do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, everybody in YouTube land, Facebook world, my wife would want to know what I thought about Fantastic Caverns visitor information program that we just toured through. Here's one of those weird scanny thingies you can scan to learn more information about. What do I think? It was all right. You know, if you haven't ever been to Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico, that's a cavern. Maybe that's where Jules Verne wrote his Center of the Earth.